So welcome back to the second episode of Post It. Quite recently I made a filmmaking related purchase, which was a second monitor. Now you see the professionals with their two monitors and often they'll have their workstation on one screen and then on the other one the main image that they're working on will be in a bigger size. It's really useful because it's helpful for working with color and other things like that when you need to see things in great detail so that you can get precision in different aspects when you're working on the clip. It's also useful for just when you're moving different objects around on screen, which you need again precision for. It's also really important because when you're working from a tiny window up in the corner of your screen, you don't see all the grainy imperfections and issues that there might be with it, so having it on a big screen is really useful for figuring out what needs work done to it, which you might not have seen before with only the small monitor. Two monitors are actually really useful as well, not just for video editing, but when you're just working with standard stuff like text documents, research material on one monitor, and then the file you're working on the second one, and that's really useful, speeds things up no end. It's also great for general leisure activities on the computer as well. You can have one monitor with a YouTube video you're watching and then something else you're working on the other screen. Really the possibilities are endless and it really can speed up mundane tasks no end. The two monitors I have are a 24-inch Dell and a 23-inch Samsung. I'll put the models up on screen now if you want to go check those out. They work really well together in every respect, apart from color, which I have found is very hard to match between them. Now I did manage to get them fairly close together using just the Windows color calibration tool, but it's still not perfect and it does create some issues when you're working with videos. The image on one screen is going to look different from the image on the other screen in terms of color, and so it's hard to know which one is really true, and that's something I'd never actually thought about until I got the second monitor and there was this difference in color. Since I'm colorblind, color's never been my forte in any respect. I'm at a loss really, but they are close enough that it's not a massive issue. Image looks almost the same, but you can see on screen that there is a slight difference there. Apart from that, dual monitors just look really impressive. They do make you look a whole lot more professional having your two screens there, and they're really entertaining to figure out all the possibilities of. The second monitor I think I got for a very good price, which was £70, which was quite a bit cheaper than a lot of the other monitors I saw, which were at least over 100, even for monitors of a smaller size. Now the only spec I was really looking at was the size, so I don't really know what bumps up the price with a monitor, but for me these two are working absolutely fine and I'm very glad I made the second purchase. Something else we were really struck by when we were doing the Doritos advert was the great ability that there is for transferring files via Adobe Dynamic Link. This is something I'd known about but hadn't really worked with at all, and with this project it was vital because we basically had to work on different shots on different computers. There were a couple of VFX shots which I was working on, and then we had to transfer them over to the other computer to get them into the main edit. And then on another computer someone was working on music composition and sound mixing and stuff, so it would have been really hard to kind of bring this all together without the Adobe Dynamic Link function. And as I say, it's not something I've really worked with before, but we were just completely enthralled and excited with it because it made things so quick and easy. We were basically able to transfer just the After Effects file across, open it on the other computer, locate all the media, and then using the Dynamic Link import in Premiere, bring all that footage just back to the Premiere project. It's really useful because it means you don't have to render out the After Effects VFX shot before bringing it in, and I'm pretty sure this will lower the quality of it if you re-render it twice. Don't quote me on that, but it does really help and makes it a lot quicker. There was something extremely exciting about figuring out that and doing it for the first time, especially since we're just, complete amateurs doing this in school. We're not adept at this sort of thing yet. So yeah, it was a really interesting new discovery and something which I look forward to using. There is something also really satisfying in just the kind of efficiency that you can make, and no matter how long it takes, figuring out the most efficient way to do something, even if taking the time to figuring out has then made it less efficient. It's just, I don't know what it is about it, but it's just extremely rewarding. I've been singing Adobe's praises here, but there is one thing which I've not managed to have any luck with their sort of compatibility transferring stuff, which is taking a file from a later version of Premiere and then transporting it back to CS6. Yeah, allegedly you're able to do this with the Final Cut Pro XML file. I tried this a number of times, but it has given zero results. Just extremely confusing to work with, and I don't know how you actually work backwards from a later version to an earlier version. It's only a small thing, and I I guess most bigger systems are going to be working all on the same version of the Adobe suite, so they probably wouldn't encounter that issue. I think I'll end the video here. I've rambled on long enough. Thank you very much for watching. If you have something maybe that you want me to talk about on Post-it, a film, some film specific thing, or some filmmaking technique or something like that, put it down below in the comments. I'll take a look and hopefully get some of them in a later video. And now I really don't know how to say goodbye. Goodbye.